And you can go.
Okay.
Has Eileen joined us yet?
No.
Okay. I was just chatting with her just a moment ago, so we still have a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So it started streaming on YouTube, and I'm ready to leave. We have 6 people watching on YouTube, and then another 7 or so here, or 8. And I guess you can start with the introductions.
Yeah, we'll wait another minute to see if Eileen joins us. Is that okay with you, Christopher?
Yes. She said she's in grabbing coffee.
Okay.
Do you see her in the list? I just want to make sure she joined the right room. Would she have had to use the link what if she'd used the link you sent out yesterday?
As long as she went to the website this morning after we were there, when Voss updated it, it should be fine.
Do you see her on the list?
Now she's joining us.
Eileen joined the video call. There we go. Perfect.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Eileen.
Good morning.
It's good to have you here. And
they had to go through a few technical iterations this morning, so we were making sure we had everybody.
Okay, great.
And thank you for taking time out of your busy day in DC.
DC, yes.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I guess I'll just say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to this call. So I am Peter Magnuson. I'm the one who's been sending you, communicating with all of you via email and the team assignments and so on, and done some of the logistics for the conference. Vas Taras is here with me, who is the founder, the brain, the legs of the X-Culture operation. And so he's the one you worked with for when you were a regular X-Culture student. But I'm actually, I'm gonna sit down and be quiet because I just wanna introduce Eileen Kennedy and Christopher Rogers from Sykes. Christopher is sitting at Sykes headquarters in Tampa, whereas Eileen is currently in Washington, D.C., and she was gracious enough to take an hour out of her busy schedule to join us for this call. So I will just turn it over to Christopher and Eileen to present to you about Sykes, tell the history and background of their operations, a little bit about the challenge, and to give you an opportunity to ask questions.
Sounds great.
Eileen, do you want me to go ahead and share, or do you have some introduction?
That would be great. So while Christopher's sharing the screen, what I can do is I'll introduce myself, and then maybe have Christopher introduce himself, and then we can get into the presentation. So before we begin, again, my name is Eileen Kennedy, and I work at Sykes. I've actually been with Sykes Enterprises for just 1 year, which is a short time at Sykes Enterprises. Before that, I worked for a variety of different companies, but specifically, I've been focused on strategy, marketing, communications, PR, and so really looking at how you can build a company, look at different strategic initiatives, and then how you get to market and portray yourself. So I really enjoy working with students. I've worked with the University of Tampa a couple times. I actually did get my graduate degree at University of Tampa and undergraduate at University of Delaware. And I'm just really happy to be working with you all here for this challenge. So with that, maybe what I'll do is, Christopher, if you want to introduce yourself, and then we can go ahead and get into the presentation.
Absolutely. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Actually, Eileen and I are used to this calls where we're saying all of those things. We're in 20 plus countries around the world, time zones, and over half of my direct report team does not live in this country or even continent. So this is a pretty familiar way for us to be proceeding. I run our global IT and security organization at Sykes. I've been here about 16 and a half years now, have held a variety of positions from information management to operations to quality improvement, performance management, and also did a 2-year expatriate assignment as the executive director of our Asia and Pacific operations in Manila. And I came to Sykes out of academics. So I was actually kind of excited to have the opportunity to talk to you today. And with that, Eileen and I, the way we kind of looked at this was you have a lot of information about our company in the challenge kind of materials, supplemental materials. We thought today between Eileen and I, we would walk you through and give you some context to that. So not repetitive, but a little higher level with summary information with maybe some context around it. And then touch on the challenge. And then I believe we have another one of these and video calls. And at that one, it's going to be very much pure Q&A. We'll be here to answer any questions that you have kind of come across as your teams go to work. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Eileen, and she and I are going to kind of split things up a little bit. Eileen, just kind of give me the virtual ding when you want me to move through slides, okay?
Okay. You can move to the first slide.
All right.
So thank you, Christopher. Christopher touched on some of the things that we're going to get into a little bit more throughout the course of the presentation, the fact that we are a global company and 21 countries, and really throughout the globe, we have a variety of operations. Our headquarters are in Tampa, Florida, and we do have corporate headquarters again throughout the world. A lot throughout the meeting today, we might be talking about the fact that we're in the business outsource processing. So I'll just start there. A lot of times we say, oh, we're in business outsource processing, but that really doesn't mean a lot to many people. But basically, we're an extension of a company, and we'll get into the details and why somebody might use our services. But as we discuss the challenge and at the end about connecting people with needs to people with us, people to help resolve those needs, hopefully we'll give you a little bit of a foundation of what our company currently does to set that up for as you begin to dive into your challenge. What we do is the operational piece behind a lot of the pieces, mostly on the telephone, but really it's multiple channels. And we'll get into the digital. And Christopher's going to go over the end-to-end solution. But again, we're one global company. We have many brands that are throughout the company, and we really extended them through. We actually have we've grown mostly through acquisition. Again, when Christopher goes into the end-to-end solution, we'll talk about the different components of our solutions. But at the end of the day, we have, if you look on this slide on the About Sykes, we have 4 main regions: North America, Latin America, Europe, Middle East, and Asia, and Africa, and Asia Pacific. And what we do is we call it North America, LATAM, EMEA, and APAC. Those are our acronyms for those 4, and we pretty much use those throughout. This is our 39th year in business, so next year we get to celebrate our 40th anniversary. So it's amazing. We and it's one of the largest public companies that was actually founded by John Sykes. And now the CEO is his son, Chuck Sykes. And so it's really, we talk about it within the company that it has a family atmosphere. that there's so many growth opportunities, and it truly is run by a family, but it is a public company, and so don't want to forget that. One of the things that we do stress and is that Sykes, when you just write Sykes, it's it's all the capital letters because that represents the company. Sykes with a capital S and then the lowercase is actually the family name. So we're basically have 1.4 billion in revenues. We're really we have we're going to go into the different business verticals that we are strong in right now. But at the same time, when you think about the challenges, we don't want you to be limited to just focusing on those verticals. We'll talk about that again a little bit within the presentation. But I'll just point out the mission and the vision. The mission is to make our clients more efficient and more profitable while improving loyalty to their company brands. We're a unique brand in the fact that we're kind of behind the scenes.